Hello students. I wanted to do a quick update about a very important part of the course that's coming up this next month, which is to complete the Proctored Event. So as you may know, for every online course at OTC, students must complete one Proctored Event. And basically this is an event where students are supervised in some manner. And for this course, it's going to be the multiple choice section of the Unit 3 exam. So for the Unit 3 exam will basically be split up into two separate assignments in Canvas, like this, like you see here. And just the multiple choice section is the proctored event. The essay section, as usual, you can work on it on your own time, as you like. But for the Unit 3 exam multiple choice section, you'll need to do it in a proctored setting. And so what does that mean? It means there's a couple different options you have. You can either go into one of OTC's testing centers in person, and OTC has many different testing centers. It has one on the Springfield campus, but it also has some at other locations. Republic, Richwood Valley, Table Rock, Lebanon, Waynesville. They each have different hours, so if you're thinking of using a particular one, make sure you click on it and know what what the hours are. And in fact, what you'll really need to do is actually contact testing services if you decide you want to use a particular testing center. Email them and schedule an appointment. Um, and make sure you pay attention to any other directions, like bring proper ID when you show up. Make sure you bring a mask for COVID regulations. Make sure you can go into the center by yourself. In other words, they might not let, in fact, they almost surely would not let a tester bring in like children with them. So keep that in mind and make sure you make arrangements for that if need be. Um, and just email them beforehand and actually schedule an appointment to ensure that they will have space for you when you show up. Because some of these testing centers are small, even the larger ones, like on the Springfield campus. There are other students during this part of the semester going in there to either do their proctored events as well or just to do makeup exams. So you need to make sure that there is a spot for you at the time that you desire. So regardless of which center you choose, whether it's one of these auxiliary ones or if it's the Springfield campus one, you want to contact them. See, in fact, the Springfield campus one has these sign-up slots, so they've got it really streamlined. For the auxiliary, the other campus testing centers, you would need to just email them. But for Springfield campus, it looks like they've got a whole system down for how to sign up for a testing center slot. And my event should only take 1 hour. It's only 30 multiple choice questions. Really shouldn't take you, more than 45 minutes. I would think. But yeah, so but that actually is just one option to do it at a testing center. There is technically another option, which is to do it on your own from home using a service called ProctorU Auto. Okay, and I'm going to post links to these pages, but these pages explain basically what ProctorU Auto is. And from what I understand, for this semester, OTC students will have already paid for the fee. It used to be a $3 fee to use this service, but I believe that cost was rolled into the tuition, so shouldn't have to pay any extra fees to use this service. You will need like a webcam. You will need to possibly download some Google Chrome browser extensions. I'm going to post this link as well. But there will be some, some things you'll need to set up for it in order to make this work. Should be fairly self-explanatory, but if you think that it's going to take you longer to set all this up than it would just to hop in the car and go to one of the in-person testing centers, you might just consider going to one of the in-person testing centers. But this is an option if it's a lot more convenient for you to do this from home. And like I said, I'll post these links. Here's a frequently asked questions site on OTC's website that should help as well. So that's also an option for doing the proctored event. So you have plenty of time to do this. You have until December 6th. Now keep in mind, OTC won't be open for Thanksgiving break, so not all of that time will be available, but you will have a decent amount of time. Today is November 2nd, so you have from today until December 6th to get this done. And you do need to get it done, though, in this window. It's absolutely required. Without this, instructors have no choice but to fail students if they don't do the proctored event, even if they're passing the rest of the course. It's a must-do part of any online course. So keep that in mind. I would recommend not putting it off till the very last day, if you can, just in case mishaps arise, right? Might even shoot for getting it done before Thanksgiving if I were you, but that's optional. There will be a whole week, I think, after Thanksgiving where you can come back and do it either on campus in the testing centers or through ProctorU Auto. And there is a Unit 3 Jeopardy kind of review game you can use to review for this. I'm also going to next weekend do another recap video on like the Lesson 8 quiz, Lesson 9 quiz, Lesson 10 quiz, and by that point I'll be able to do a recap on the Lesson 11 quiz as well, since that'll be submitted by Saturday night at midnight. So I'll do a recap video next Sunday, which would be like November 8th, and I'll kind of have a recap of all those different quizzes, and I'll post that here too as an added study aid. But in the meantime, if you want to study, there is this little review game that's done in an Excel file where it has the key terms that you'll need to know in one sheet or one page of the Excel file, and then the explanations in a different one. So you could kind of test yourself. You could gray out some of the boxes, kind of like flashcards, and then ungray them and see if you've got the definition correct. So that's there as well. And of course, as usual, we have our usual weekly lesson, which this week will be on the Cold War in 1950s America. I am just about finished catching up on the grading for recent lessons. I do still need to grade lesson we just finished on Lesson 10 on World War II. But look for those scores in the grade book sometime this week. And yeah, that's pretty much where we are at in the course right now. we're getting pretty close to the end. We have just a few more lessons and exams till we make it to the end. So that's all I have with regards to this course. Of course, by the way, I figure I might as well just mention in case anyone hasn't been paying attention to the news. I'm sure everyone is aware that tomorrow is election day. So consider voting if you would like to. And yeah, have a great week, everyone.